First of all, breathe. I'm here, listening to you.
What are you waiting for? Will someone come rescue you? Take a good look at your life now. How many times have you sunk and stayed there, waiting for someone to notice? How many unfulfilled promises? How many "I will help you" that never came? Do you know what's cruelest? Nobody comes. Not today, not tomorrow, not because the world is cold, but because life has no audience for those who give up halfway through. The silence you feel now, it's real, and it hurts. But it is also a sign, a reminder, a call. You can continue to fool yourself thinking that the change in your life is in someone else's hands, or you can stop now and understand the only way out is within you. This isn't empty talk about overcoming obstacles. It's the raw truth that no one had the courage to tell you. Agree. While you hide, time passes. While you wait for a signal, others are out there building without guarantees. Have you noticed? The winner is not the smartest nor the most talented. It's who lifts it up. It's the one who moves even when afraid, even in the dark, even alone. And maybe you're still stuck in this fantasy of being saved. When someone looks at you and says, "Come on, I'll take care of everything." But the truth is that nobody owes you anything. You are your chance. You are your last stop. Either get up or get out of here. And before you go, breathe. Because what comes next is going to hurt a little more, but it will also free you. And if this is echoing inside you, it's because you already knew. You just needed to listen hard. This is the time to turn the key, because the world won't stop to wait for you to find yourself. If this truth shook you, stay. There's a lot more coming. Activate the bell, subscribe here, and leave your like now. Not for me, for you. To remember that your change begins when you stop postponing who you can become. You're still there, right? That already says a lot about you, because if you're still listening, it's because some part of you understood that waiting is no longer an option. But look, let's get serious now. How many times have you thought someone would notice your tiredness, that they would notice your silence, your lost gaze, your desire to disappear disguised as an "it's all right"? How many times have you thought, if I disappear, would anyone miss me? And still, no one showed. Do you know why? Because the world doesn't revolve around your pain. And it's not because you don't matter. It's because everyone is too busy trying not to sync with their own problems. The truth is cruel, but liberating. You are invisible when you expect too much from others. While you mentally repeat, "Someday someone will notice me," life is passing by. And every second you spend standing still, waiting for a second, is a second you stop building your own way out. Do you think that when life gets tough, someone will lend a hand? In theory, yes. In movies, definitely. But out here, in the real world, no. Out here, people are fighting monsters you can't even see. People smiling on the outside, but breaking down on the inside. People who love you, but don't even have the energy to get out of bed. That's why you feel this noisy loneliness, this lack of help, this silent anger at realizing that no one will carry you. But here comes the worst mistake, and pay attention to this. You start to believe this is personal, that not being saved is a sign of lack of love, and it is not. It's just reality. Showing that growing up hurts, that maturing means accepting that you won't always be embraced, you won't always have an answer, and you will almost never have applause. But there's one thing. The more you wait for help, the deeper you sink. Because waiting is comfortable. The wait is seductive. She cradles your pain, gives you a ready-made excuse. "I don't change because no one helped me." And so you protect yourself. But it also sabotages itself, because while you protect yourself from the pain of trying and failing, you condemn yourself to the pain of never getting anywhere. It's like you're drowning in a shallow sea, lying there, eyes closed, waiting for someone to pull you out. But the water only covers up to the knee. You can get up now. You always could. But it's easier to blame others for their absence than to face the fact that you have to stand up for yourself. And at that point, this is where everything changes. Because if this part really hits you, if your chest is tight right now, if your mind is racing trying to defend itself from what I'm telling you, it's because deep down you know it's true. So do the following. Breathe. Feel it. Don't run away. Do not close the video, because if you run away now, you'll continue to run away from your own turnaround. And take advantage of this moment, right here in the comments. What are you leaving for late? What do you keep waiting for someone to solve for you? Right. Not for me, but for you. To tear this veil. That still holds you back. To name the illusion. To make it clear, in words, that the wait is over. Now, continue here, because the next step is the hardest, but also the most necessary. So now that you've read out loud, or just let it echo inside you, what you've been putting off, stay here with me, because the hardest part has arrived, but also it's the most liberating. Do you know that feeling of injustice that you carry, of looking around and thinking, but I'm good, I try hard, I've always helped others, why isn't anyone reaching out to me now? So, let me tell you something that may hurt but needs to be said. It's not a lack of love, it's reality. People haven't stopped loving you, they just stopped carrying you. And maybe that's the best gift disguised as abandonment that life has ever given you. Because as long as you are carried, you will not learn to walk. As long as they lift you up, you will never know the strength of your own legs. And that's the twist. That time when romance ends, that moment when you realize the world won't applaud you for surviving. No one knows how big of a hole you've dug yourself in, because no one has felt the weight feel inside. No one heard your darkest thoughts. No one saw the exact moment you broke inside, because you did what you always do, smiled, hid, moved on. And that's why no one will come. They won't knock on your door and say, hey, I felt like you were feeling down. I came to get you out of this. There won't be an epic soundtrack nor a movie scene with a redemptive reunion. You will be there, alone, in front of the mirror, eye to eye. And the only question that matters, am I going to keep waiting here? Or am I going to learn to pull myself up? Because look, you might even be at the bottom, but you are also aware. And conscience is a double-edged sword. Or you use it to cut the chain of self-delusion, or you use it to hurt yourself every time you remember. What you could have done and didn't, you already know what you need. You just don't know how, right? But the how comes later. First comes the I decide, because no one will do it for you. And maybe right now, in this moment, you're there, standing still, stuck, waiting for me to tell you what to do. But guess what? I won't save you either, because the most I can offer you is a mirror, a reflection, a truth. The rest is up to you. Do you want to keep getting crumbs of attention? Do you want to keep posting sad phrases, hoping someone will read between the lines your cry for help? Do you want to continue pretending to be invisible in front of people who will never notice? Or will you finally get up? He will wipe the mud off his face and say, enough. I may have fallen, but I will not live on my knees. Because either you learn to pull yourself up, or stay there, waiting for an applause that will never come, for being at the bottom. And do you know why he doesn't come? Because surviving in silence doesn't generate ratings. Because getting up little by little, in silence, without an audience, doesn't get a like. But that's exactly where the real strength lies, in what no one sees, but you know you did. So listen to me with your heart now. You don't need recognition to win, you need courage, of decision, of discipline, and mainly emotional responsibility. Life does not owe you salvation, she offers you a path. But it's you who steps on it. It's your choice. Or keep waiting for them to pull you. Or build your own staircase, step by step, pain for pain, silence for... And no, it won't be pretty. It won't be quick. It's going to be sweaty. It's going to be lonely. There will be days when you look up and ask yourself, Is it worth it? When that happens, come back here. Come back to that exact point. Because I will remind you that nobody comes, but you are already leaving, even without knowing. Because if you've gotten this far, it's because something inside you has already started to rise. Now hold that feeling, because what comes next is the point where everything starts to change or fall apart. The choice is still yours. So now that you understand, now that it's clear that no one will lift you up, no one will hold your hand, no one will pull you to the surface, breathe. Because what I'm going to tell you now is not a suggestion. It's a command. It's for you to feel in your skin, in your chest, in your bones. Get up. No drama. No waiting to be ready. No need to understand everything. Shake off that soul dust you've been accumulating for years. Shake off that fear of looking weak, of making a mistake again, of not being able to do it. Shake off this habit of postponing, to pretend it's not the right time, to say, I'll start next week. Repeating, when I'm more stable, I'll change. You don't need more time, you need more truth. And the truth is, either you walk now or you get used to this hole. Don't wait for motivation. Don't wait to feel like it. Don't wait for perfect conditions because they don't exist. Start small. Take one step at a time, even if it means getting out of bed and opening the window, even if it means writing down what you want to change on an old, torn piece of paper, even if it means saying out loud to yourself, I'm tired of sabotaging myself. Starts tired. Even if the body weighs, even if your head is full, even if it seems like nothing will work. Because the truth is, the body gets tired, but the soul paralyzes when you betray yourself. When you know what you need to do, but you don't do it. It starts with fear. Fear never goes away, but it shrinks every time you act, every time you face, every time you say, I know I'm scared, but I'm going anyway. That's what builds you. It is not certain. It's the movement. It is a truly tremendous step taken, and I'll repeat it because it needs to become a tattoo in your mind. It begins today, not tomorrow, not Monday, not after the holiday, today, here, now. Because this illusion of just wait a little longer is the biggest trap you've ever fallen into in your life. She's the one who made you miss opportunities. It's what keeps you stuck in the same cycle, repeating the same mistakes, reaping the same emptiness. The discipline you put off now will charge you tomorrow with interest, in pain, with regret. Do you find it difficult to wake up early, exercise, study, change your environment, leave your comfort zone? It will be really difficult to look in the mirror in 5 years and see that you are still in exactly the same place, with the same dreams hidden away, the same excuses on the tip of the tongue, and the same weight on the soul. There's nothing crueler than carrying the regret of not having, knowing that you could have done things differently, but you chose to wait. And yes, it is a choice, even when it seems like it isn't, even when you say, I can't, because sometimes I can't is just I don't want to try disguised as incapacity, but you are capable. Maybe not everything, but to begin. And if you start, you're already light years ahead of what you were yesterday. You don't have to win life now. You just need to win the you who keeps sabotaging yourself. And if you feel this is hard to hear, excellent, because the truth that bothers is the same one that liberates. So let's go. No more waiting, no overthinking. Don't justify stagnation with pretty phrases. Get up, shake, you. Can you fall again? He can. But you can also rise stronger, and that's what matters. Life doesn't reward those who wait. Life rewards those who act, who decides, who takes his own path. So from here, what do you do will define where you arrive. And you don't need to run, but you can't stop either. And now that you're here, standing, even though you're still shaking, with your eyes full, your chest heaving, but with a clearer head, you need to hear this with all your presence. You are your chance. There is no other plan. There is no parallel version of your life where everything resolves itself. There is no secret savior waiting in the wings. There is no shortcut. There is no hero, only you. You are the strength I've been waiting for. You are the decision you've been putting off. You are the only one who can pull yourself out of this lukewarm life where you survive instead of live. And if that still seems too hard, it's because you were taught wrong. They taught you that someone will always come, that at some point life will reward you just for resisting, that you just have to suffer in silence, and the universe in some magical way will embrace you. But it won't. Life does not reward those who suffer in silence. Life rewards those who rise in silence, who turns pain into fuel, who chooses every day to continue. You don't need permission to change. You don't have to wait for everything to be aligned. You don't need someone to say, "Go, I believe in you." You just need to look in the mirror and say, "He arrives." No more shrinking yourself to fit in. No more erasing yourself to please. No more putting off what you already know you need to do. Stop putting the responsibility for your life in the hands of those who don't care about it. Because while you wait for someone to recognize you, time is passing. While you wait for someone to motivate you, others are conquering in silence. While you write sad texts that no one reads, there are people living the life you dream of, with courage, not luck. You don't need to compare yourself to anyone, but you need to be honest with yourself. Are you living everything you could live? Or is it just existing, waiting for something to change on the outside while nothing moves on the inside? That's what I want you to write here in the comments now, not to generate cheap engagement, but to mark the beginning of a cut, a rupture, a revolt, a point of no return. Write it just like that. With the words that come out without filtering, "I choose to begin." And after that he writes, "What exactly are you going to stop putting off?" No need to justify, just declare, let it be recorded. Because the written word, when it comes from the heart, becomes a commitment. And besides, there's someone out there who needs to read what you're going to write. Someone who feels alone in this battle, thinking they are the only one, that they are weak, that they can't handle it. When that person reads your truth, maybe they will breathe for the first time that day. Maybe she sees light where there was only fog. Spread this truth. Share this video with anyone who still thinks they need a signal to change, with those who believe that they can only begin when the world is calm, when fear disappears, when courage springs forth on its own. It shows that it is not like that. Show that it is now, which is really scary, which is with doubt indeed, that is with scars, with baggage, with a painful path, but wanting not to repeat all this again. And you know what? You may soon fall again. The world might knock you down again. Your faith may weaken, your tiredness may return, and the old pattern may try to pull you back into the hole. But when that happens, come back here. That voice will continue to wait for you, because I'm not here to save you, but to remind you, remember what you carry, what you are capable of, and what you will still build when you stop forgetting. Activate the bell now and stay close. This space was made for those who chose to never abandon themselves again. Each new video here is a step with you, firm, real, without a mask. And prepare your heart, because in the next video, you'll find out because continuing to wait for the right moment is making you miss out on the best years of your life. It's coming, and it will change the way you see every decision you've been putting off until now. I'll see you there.